Welcome to Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Mills. We're going to be covering the greater areas of Las Vegas all the way to Pahrump and Mesquite, talking about trends, events, sports, and more. I'm super excited to welcome all of our guests this year and have a great time, which is everything Unlocking Las Vegas. Welcome to another episode of Unlocking Las Vegas for your Ginger Power Hour with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Mills, and
Las Vegas's favorite lender,
That's okay. You're allowed to make mistakes
Las
on a
Vegas's
podcast.
favorite lender, Joshua Nieves, the home loan closer.
So we've been doing a new thing, and we're going to explode on YouTube, and this is what I teach everybody to do too. And so what is it called, Josh? We've been filming all morning, and so we're used to these in and out takes. So that's where we're like, and scene, take again. No, we're not doing that on a podcast, are we?
No, we just got to let it go. So let it go and let it flow.
Okay, so it's going to be
really excited about
fun.
our new thing. I like our new adventure. It's got a lot of kick to it, a lot of push to it.
And what are we calling it?
What can you get in Las Vegas for ... And
Price.
We're going to be showing you lots of properties, lots of prices, and lots of payments, giving you just a flow of what you can buy in Las Vegas.
Well, and we're going to entertain you as well. And so we're going from affordability to astronomical, because you know what? If I saw a video in California, Southern California, what can you get for $400,000? I'd probably watch it to see like what a shack it was, or maybe it's like a gem or a find. But would I watch what can you get for $10 million in Southern California?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm like watching the whole video.
The whole thing.
And I'm like, 400,000 in California? Is this like in
Real?
The rural area? Like where are we?
A shack?
A one bedroom? Do you get a laundry room for that?
I don't know. No, probably not. So, but I think our entire point is not only to entertain, not only to grow our social media following, but to show you what's literally hot on the market right now. So this morning we did my listing. It was listed for $399,900. Now, it's very hard for all you realtors out there to market yourself correctly on social media. I am a shark when it comes to listing homes. I am a shark when it comes to representing my buyers. So it's really difficult for me to say certain things. We're gonna pause because we can cut it. We're gonna pause because we can cut it. Go on in. What I mean by that is you can't ever say it's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market. That's like saying you're Republican or Democrat. You're gonna cut out half of your viewers, okay? So, but in this instance, I like to tell you that, you know, I represent who I represent. I'm gonna do the best job possible. So on this particular listing, and I'm gonna segue over to you, how many are available in good areas, which we're not even technically allowed to say.
That was really interesting. You know,
for $400,000.
Yeah, so I pulled up the stats. Thank you for asking. 300,000 to 420,000 single family residences, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, with at least a 1-car garage. Mm-hmm. How many do you think would be on the market?
Me? Right now?
Like how many should be on the market?
Well,
I guess
okay,
is the question I'm asking.
And you're tripping me up here because I should know this, but I haven't looked at the stats, so I'm just gonna let you tell us.
Well, I mean, to me, a healthy market, like buyer-seller market, like you're talking about, balanced market, like a healthy market, I think we should be at least 3 to 4 months, which could be about 2,500 to 2,800 homes, maybe even a little bit more in that category. So today I pulled up and I believe it was like $726,000. I'm gonna cheat real quick and look real quick, even though we're not really supposed to be on our phones right now.
No, that's okay. It's a podcast. Half are seeing it, half are not seeing it.
Really interesting, but that exact number, ready for this?
Yes.
We had from 300 to 550, or 300 to 420, 765 single family residences on the market right now, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1+ car garage. Mm-hmm. So that's not a lot of inventory if you think about it.
Not at all. So me saying that, you know, I represented my buyer really, so he looked at the listing and he was like, oh, good job. You priced it exactly right. Of course I did. So, but it went for $408,000 with no seller credits and as is, but it's in perfect condition. I mean, it's got a beautiful new air conditioner, all the things. But as a listing agent, we had already inspected it. We already knew what to fix and we priced it low and, you know, let them know we multiple offers. And so for my seller, I did my job and got him the best deal.
So you're saying that right now you saw multiple offers, mm-hmm. You saw no closing costs. And the property went above list, mm-hmm. is what you're telling me.
Yes.
And so, and this property sold in how many days from listing?
3.
3 days. So
I had offers
on the market less than 10 days.
Oh, 100%.
That is a hot market. And I mean, at that point, you say we don't want to decide if you're buyer market or seller market, but I can tell you buyers that it's becoming a seller's market. The next thing you're going to see is, will you pay above appraisal value? How much more will you pay? And that's my concern about for people of home affordability. Right now, one of the best things that we have right now is the zero down program, up to $500,000 for first-time home buyers or buyers that fit underneath the AMI that may be a repeat buyer. However, that is covering for this house that you talked about today, $11,997 of down payment that the buyer can keep in the bank or be able to get a house because they didn't have that money in the bank. And now we're heading into a market with very limited inventory that now you may be able to get that. However, you're still gonna have to come up with extra thousands of dollars to get the house.
So if I represented the buyers, and I loved, though, I do want to say that none of these were California cash offers. Wow. They were actual families. And so I loved, and my seller loved that he could, give it away to an actual family. And that was part of the process. We got lowball cash offers, but that's not a thing right now, guys. It's not a thing. So, but I do agree with you, but you cannot ever label anything seller's market, buyer's market. If you list a house, it's how the listing agent markets it as well, because if it's not marketed correctly, clean, smells good, all the things, clean windows, great backyards, all the things, then it could sit on the market for a minute. So if I have buyers, it's about the relationships too. That's why I do a lot of networking, is to get my name recognized around town. I always want to be clean, concise, fair, honest, happy, encouraging, uplifting, so people want to work with me on the other side.
Fair.
So if I call a listing agent and I know there might be multiple offers, I'm still going to get what a lender tells me to get. So if you're like, I need $7,500, for their closing costs, we're going to crunch these numbers. And so if they priced it right, I know that I can offer above. So if it was at $400,000 and you need me to get $7,500 for their closing costs, I would actually put in the offer for $7,500 if I knew that it was going to appraise for that amount.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the tools that we have that we use for our clients, we can literally get that address, put it in, and have a CMA that gives us where that value's at. So we're able to really pinpoint how we can bid over asking and put our buyers ahead of this market. So as the market continues to get more tumultuous, more competition, because as they drop interest rates, that's a big topic for everybody in this market today, and the feds decide to lower the interest rate.
We're going to see what we
saw. The competition is going to double and triple.
It's going to be a bloodbath. Yep. So listen to your Ginja Ninjas right now, because we are constantly educating. We constantly add, to our repertoire to get you guys into the home for the right price. But let's break down. I know somebody would say, but Erin, if it was listed at $400,000, why are you going to offer $400,000, $7,500? Wouldn't that make my monthly payment go up? So I know that you're a number cruncher, but I say, you guys, every $10,000 is only $50 on your mortgage. And at a certain, and at a certain point, let's say we locked in, it doesn't even matter right now, 6.9%, 7.1%, does it matter? When are we gonna refinance?
Well, that's a great question. When the rates are lowered. So, typically right now in this market, I'm saying, 7 months, 13 months, 18 months, you're going to be able to refinance and lower the payment. We don't know when or how.
We are not
the upside to what, the answer to your question is, why would I offer the $407,500? Well, you're going to get the closing costs, which is going to allow you to be able to buy your interest rate down or cover some closing costs
keep your money in the bank.
That gets you to have a good reserve so that you can actually afford the payment monthly and feel like you're comfortable. However, you buying the house at $407, the day you close, that whole neighborhood's worth $407 now, not $400. And so now the next seller can actually sell for $409.
And did I hear your equity going up?
Correct. And
yes, I did.
Exactly. And then the next thing is 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. Core Logic saying we're going to see 4.5%, 5% equity gains this year. We've already surpassed that in the first 6 months in Las Vegas. So you're looking at 9, 11, 12% equity gains for the end of this year. I believe 25 will be a double-digit year for equity gain appreciation. So you are bid over asking and getting yourself the house, but you're also cementing the value of your neighborhood, and the appreciation that you're going to gain very quickly makes up that difference of what you paid, and it quickly becomes a non-factor.
Okay, so with our new productions that we're doing, we're running around town, we're showing you guys what can you get, from affordability to astronomical. I have been preaching to the choir for a few years now about Pahrump, and about like, they always say drive till you can afford, right? What you can get for $400,000 in Pahrump would blow your mind. I can get you into a brand new home build on like more than a quarter acre, brand new, for $400,000 and cutting you out. They will buy down your interest rate, but this guy can't refinance you. So
absolutely. And the new home builders offer amazing incentives, and a lot of their lenders cannot perform.
And that's where this ninja comes in, because
hold on, you gotta let me vet this one out. So a lot of the builders lenders don't perform.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, but when the builder doesn't let your lender come in and close that deal, and they take those closing costs away from the buyer.
They take the benefits they're giving you.
That needs to be brought up to NAR. That needs to go to the Supreme Court. How does a builder, all you builders out there, and I know I'm not afraid of saying this out loud, you taking closing costs away from somebody that went to your lender that did not get approved by your lender is really against ethics. I mean, you're taking that away from them. So I see this a lot because
it's kind of Vegas.
Yeah, and I buy it. I actually get to close a lot of new home builders that the builder's lender falls out, and either I would say maybe 30% of the time that builder actually lets the buyer keep that concession. So I've seen $21,000 pulled from a family.
Yeah.
That they now have to go into their bank account if they want to buy this house, and the builder looks at them and says, we don't care. We have 7 other people that want this house.
And we're going to keep your earnest money.
Yeah, and it's really sad too because, and I think also to see out there, there's a lot of $400,000 houses in Pahrump that are in half an acre that are not new builds. So the inventory in Pahrump, back to that, is amazing. But yeah, these builders, they have a very unique tendency, and I'm not the biggest fan of them, but we do need them. They have to build a lot of houses for us because we have a huge housing shortage in the nation.
100%.
So I love that you're taking people to new home builds, and I love that the builders are offering incentives. I just wish that we saw that no matter what the contract was written, just like in general real estate. If you accept a listing, you have a listing, you accept an offer, and the lender can't close, and they go to lender B, that seller's concession still carries over to that next lender. And so I'd like to see that carry over, transparently in all of real estate for builders or for non-builders.
My turn. But when you are signing a contract with their lenders, I'm always, happy, uplifting, upbeat, and very educated. And so I've got this, relationship with the new home builders, and I have been able to sneak in there, and or your lender. Or my lender to
keywords.
They are the keywords. I should have been aware.
So,
I really should
so
have.
It really depends on the agent that you're using and why you should take an agent to a new home build track. Like, you wouldn't go to court without your attorney, so why would you go to a new home build track without your realtor?
Ginger Ninja.
Because the new home sales track agent works for the builder.
Oh,
every buyer out there, do not go and think that they're working for you. They literally answer and work for the builder. They're not out for your best interest. So taking a realtor like Aaron Pearson Mills to the new home builder development with you is imperative in this market.
Okay, so here's what I see, because the general public is unknowledgeable about this. So it's a really fun Saturday, Sunday afternoon thing to do, is to go walk through new home builds and see the model homes. My parents love doing that. But guess what? Once you walk in and write your name down, without me, I cannot help you. I cannot help you. You registered yourself, you tagged yourself, you put a gold star on your forehead. And so really, really think, even if you're considering it, do not hesitate to bother a great realtor, because we will take the Saturday or the Sunday, like me, and go with you. It is our job. And then I can't help you if you call, crying to me, wanting me to help you. I have no jurisdiction at that point. So please, if you ever want to see a new home build, just give me a phone call and let's go. I work on the weekends.
So you said something to me the other day that resonated about Pahrump.
Yes.
You called it
hashtag the Brooklyn of Las Vegas.
And I really
do you know what that means?
Think about that, like in terms of like Manhattan to Brooklyn and like the drive over the bridge. I've done that. I've pedaled over on the bike, and we went and got the pizza and had a lot of fun. And then I thought about that, like, that's a 40-minute drive, and it has literally, like, from each city side grown to the edges of the water and then even beyond. And so to think that Las Vegas has that capacity to grow over the next 20 years
that
is
you can get in now.
Mind-blowing to me. And even what I've seen,
Dude,
how
call
far
me, we'll just go buy some land. You can just be land rich at this point.
And even how far I've seen it grow already. But if you look at the maps, it's gonna connect one day. I think
1,000%.
possibly in our time, in our lifetime.
Mountain's Edge is growing closer and closer.
So-
Pahrump is going, exactly. So you heard it here. Pahrump is the Brooklyn of Las Vegas. Now, 15, 20 years ago, Brooklyn was like, I don't want to live in the borough. It's too far. I mean, I watched Sex and the City. You live in Brooklyn. I'm not going to your party. Okay. But now Brooklyn is the #1 borough, even over Manhattan, and it has grown and everything is there. It's just a pulsating, amazing city. But if you bought 15, 20 years ago, are you happy? Heck yeah. I mean, you probably gained 20 times in equity if you bought that way. So this is my thought process with Pahrump. No, you don't have a Costco. No, it's kind of country.
Yeah.
You know, all these different things.
But
But
you have a Walmart.
oh, we do have a Walmart now. And an Arby's. Whoa, whoa. Okay, but my point is that the drive is the less difference into central Las Vegas than Lone Mountain is, which is up by Sky Canyon and Mount Charleston, to the exact same point. I had a traveling nurse and doctor actually choose to be in Pahrump for $180,000 less because the drive time to their office was 18 minutes less.
Do you know what my favorite thing about Pahrump is?
What?
The Pahrump Winery.
The Pahrump Winery is really cool.
Pahrump, Nevada has a winery, an actual vineyard. Absolutely amazing to go out there and just hang out, have lunch.
There's no
sit on the
traffic.
patio.
It's
I
very
think
close
it's
to the
really, really
sand
cool.
dunes, Dumont sand dunes. So, you know, if you love your RVs and all your toys, it's like boop right there.
So, what's your favorite coffee in Las Vegas, Nevada? Just curious.
Okay, so I do a lot of social media classes, and I tell people, because I have no hobbies, but I take coffee all the time with clients and with agents to make them better. And I refuse to go to the big box coffee shops. I refuse to go to Starbucks or, you know, Dutch Brothers. I do mom and pop coffee shops. Okay, so I love that you called me this morning. You're like, what do you want from Mothership? And I'm like, oh, I know that one. And so we are enjoying Mothership coffee today.
Mothership is so good, right?
Today.
And I knew it would make you smile, actually.
Yeah, that was good. You didn't ask me Starbucks. It does make me
Never,
smile. I
no.
support small businesses big time.
Yep.
So if you're struggling on social media, go find your mom and pop shops. You know, the donut shop owned by Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and go in there and do a video. I live in the Southwest area. One of my favorites right now, because it's right around the corner, is called Pikey Coffee Shop.
Pikey.
It's owned by a British couple who love to motorcycle ride. Your mother would love this.
Okay.
And so it's like chill London, like, you know, vibes. It's got like British
Nice.
music going. And you know what? Their coffee selection and drinks and sodas blows my mind. Like it rotates like 800 times. My
Love it.
favorite thing there, not even coffee, it's watermelon soda.
Watermelon soda at the coffee shop.
It makes
Pikey's.
me really, really happy. I just get a small one because I realize there's sugar in it, but it's a happy summer drink.
You know, it's so hard for me to pick like a favorite. I mean, but if I really had to pick a favorite, like what is my favorite coffee shop in Las Vegas, Nevada? I'm gonna have to go with Lyon Cafe.
Okay.
in Tivoli.
Oh, that is
Just
so
because of the vibes. Like
the
I'm back in
vibe.
It's like
Mhm.
it's delicious.
You can sit outside. They have
It's a
beautiful
patio.
food.
But I mean, strong second is really gonna come to the coffee shop right by my house, Founders.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. They have this toffee,
that one.
like coffee drink that's
You
delicious.
had me a toffee.
Vesta opened up at Durango Resort. Phenomenal, great little thing. But you have to go inside the casino.
Well, massive shout out to Dig It Coffee.
Dig It
It is
Coffee,
in the
okay.
Arts District, and they employ mentally challenged adults.
We're going to have a podcast there. That's going to be our next
Dig It
podcast
Coffee
at
is
Dig It Coffee. So we'll give you a tour
amazing.
next podcast if that sounds good.
Yes.
I want to check this out. And yeah, I mean,
It's
and I
heartwarming.
can't forget about Gabby's. We got to talk about Gabby's in the heart of the city if you're looking for a great workplace.
I just think
great
all of
coffee
our
place,
podcasts
tea
should
place.
just be in mom and pop coffee shops at this point.
All right, so I think
Why
like,
not?
our next few are going
Cheers.
to be the mom and pops of Las
Let's
Vegas.
do Dig It.
Guys, have a great day. It's been a pleasure to hang out with you. Joshua Nieves, the home loan closer, Las Vegas' favorite lender, and my great friend, Erin Pearson Mills.
Favorite redhead realtor, and look for our what is it called again?
What can you buy in
What
Las
can you
Vegas
buy?
for ...
It's gonna be exciting.
See you soon, guys.
Have a great one.